All right, hello everyone. So my name is Whitesnake. I'm with Legacy Instructional Series, and a lot of people asked me what my opinions on the auto-gimbals are. So it's definitely a controversial topic, so what I thought I would do is I thought I would run some tests, and I did with Techie here. This is footage. And I thought I'd just run the tests, and then I'd present what I found, and I'd let people decide on their own. And in addition to running the tests, I also did some work with trying to figure out ways to defeat auto-gimbals and some ways to figure out how to use them to their maximum extent. So hopefully I'll be able to get those to you soon. But this one right now is, well, this particular video, so here we're testing fixed versus fixed. So both of us are in Gladii. We're both using fixed mantises. And the idea was we would do this to get a baseline, and then we would switch over to Techie using auto-gimbals, again with Gatlings, but he would be using Scorpions because he'd have to downsize the size. And then we do the exact same fight and see if there was a noticeable difference between the two fights. So right now, this video is fixed v fixed. So this, you saw me run into a rock there, which is not unusual, and then Techie ran into a rock. So, but you know, maybe like not the best flying we've ever done, but it does establish a good baseline for the next video. So you can see this video is actually quite long because the fight goes on and on and on. It's like 6 minutes, and this, I'm going to get back to this later. Like, a good long dogfight is good because it's intense and all that, but you know, the average length of a dogfight like this should not be, you know, 6 minutes or more. So eventually, I think I managed to somehow kill him, and let's see. Yep, that was it there. So that was good 6 minutes, right, of us fighting fixed v fixed. And he got some damage on me, but I managed to kill him. All right, so let's go over to, so the next one we did it right after, didn't change our controls, same patch, same map, basically the same weapons, except he had to downsize because he went to auto-gimbals. And then we did him auto-gimbling. And I screwed up the merge here, but it ended up not really hurting anything. It just kind of delayed the inevitable. But you'll see what happens. There's a definite difference. So here I'm trying to sort of do like a spiral so that I, you know, defeat his auto-gimbals, which was something I was working on. But I got a little too fast and went too far. But I'll take the sound back on now so you can hear us talking.
You are approaching simulation
That's
boundary.
not good.
That is not good.
All right, so whatever you think about auto-gimbals, and I know some people are like they shouldn't be in the game at all, or you know, they should be basically worthless. Pushing that aside for a second, because that's very, and like I said, I'm going to present what I found and let everybody decide for themselves. CIG's stated intention is that the auto-gimbals be good for beginners, but that they should be moving on to fixed as they get better. And even though I am not like, you know, a top pilot or anything, you know, not as good as some of these other guys I know, I would say that I'm not new to this game. So the amount of difference, that was just over a minute versus 6 minutes, and Techie won instead of me. So it's like a completely different, like the the level of difference between those two, I don't think that's in line with CIG's intention. Okay, and just to be sure, and I'll put it on play and I'll run it on silent here.
So let's try another one. See.
We, to make sure it wasn't a one-off, we ran it 2 more times, and we got very similar results. It was like 1 to 2 minutes. I think one I held out for a little bit longer. But basically, do you see this, it was like 6.5 minutes is this video, and he killed me 3 times in that amount of time. So basically, less than 1/3 the time to kill, and the other person won. And I'll also point out that Techie, by his own admission, and he says it in this video, and I'm going to include all the videos in the description, like the whole thing, so you can listen to us talk and everything. He said, I'm not as comfortable in the Gladius as I am in other ships. But, he was able to kill me pretty consistently within a couple minutes, even with me maneuvering. And the biggest thing that I found was I can, despite what people say, the auto-gimbals are not unavoidable. You can avoid them. The problem is, and this is going to get back to something I said before, I totally screwed up there and lost track of him. Anyway, sorry for the aside. The problem is that there's no way for me to evade the auto-gimbals and also attack Techie effectively. So that's like the big thing, is everybody's thinking about it from the attacker's perspective, how easy it is. And I think that that's a mistake. I think you should instead think about the target's perspective. And the target, his behavior is going to change, because what was previously safe maneuvering, which allowed him to stabilize for a shot with fixed weapons, is no longer anywhere near safe. So that's like, I think, the aspect people don't really realize is how much it changes the person on the receiving end of auto-gimbals, what they have to do. And it'd be one thing if both people were auto-gimbaled, because then, they're both evading and it actually looks kind of cool, in my opinion. But if one is auto-gimbal and one is fixed, I think that they're like the fixed person, all other things being equal, is going to have a lot of problems. So we did the same test again here after a few seconds. And I'll let this run out so you can see. Oh, I also meant to... Actually, I'll pause this real quick. And I'll show it from Techie's perspective for that first battle. So let's go here. So here's that first battle from Techie's perspective.
Yep, same.
All right, here we go. He's got way better recording quality than I do. Yeah, flew right past you. That was dumb. Oh man. Oh, that's not good.
That is.
All right. So, like I was saying, you can make your own opinion, or sorry, your own judgment about this. But whether or not you like the idea of auto-gimbals in the game, I personally think they're part of the game now, and there's nothing we can do about it. I don't think this is in accordance with CIG's stated intention. And you may think that I'm saying, hey, we need to nerf auto-gimbals. I actually don't think that. Because I think that you could probably reduce their functionality a little bit from where they are now. But I think if you do it enough that it actually makes a difference, you're going to basically make them unusable. Which, what's the point of a feature that isn't usable? At least not in PvP combat. So instead of everybody's like, oh, nerf auto gimbals, or get rid of them. I have, my opinion is instead we should be fixing fixed weapon aiming so that it is way easier than it is now. Because if you go back to my first video, like here, the 6 minutes that it takes for us to do this, I love long dogfights, but this isn't fun. Because it's not, the reason why it's long is because it's so damn hard to aim. Like, that's what's going on, especially against like Gladii to Gladii. So, in my opinion, the reason why fixed can't compete against auto gimbals is because they have to stabilize a lot to get shots on target, and they can't evade the auto gimbals while they're that stable. So even though they can evade all day, and in my opinion, auto gimbals are pretty easy to evade if you are purposely trying to evade, they can't get any shots on target while they're doing that. So that's the way I'm interpreting what's going on. So they need to focus on making fixed aiming a lot easier, and I don't think it's that difficult. Because look at how unstable this is. Even though we've had massive improvements lately, if you go back into my channel, and I know people like constantly link old footage and say, why can't you just make it like this, as if it's an easy thing to do. But there have been times where we had higher acceleration and higher lag and just as many problems as we do now, and aiming was still smooth. It was way more stable than this. Like, don't even think about how easy it is to actually hit the target. Think about how smooth basically the ship tracked. Like, look at how jerky the camera is, just compared to like some old 2.4, 2.5, 1.3. Anywhere in there was way better than this. So I don't think it's impossible. I think we're getting there, but instead of focusing on nerfing or eliminating auto gimbals, which I don't think is going to happen, I think that's my personal opinion of what we need to focus on. But obviously, like, you can make your own opinion. All right, so sorry for the rant on that, but like I said, I will include these videos in the description in their entirety, so you can watch all of them in detail as much as you want and see how horrible I am at aiming. But okay. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a good day.